Hey everybody, how's it going? My name's Derek. I'm the CTO at Reown, formerly known as Wallet Connect, and today I'm going to talk to you about our stablecoin and chain abstraction product, and also the ERC 7811 standard that we've ushered in, and what it means for the future of EVM UX. So this is what we're going to talk about. I'll start with the demo, and we look into the solution, the different phases we're going to roll out, and the standards and some real-world performance metrics. So let's take a look. So what you can see here is our sample application. I'm connected with a wallet there that supports a stablecoin and chain abstraction. It's the Reown embedded wallet. It's the first wallet that supports this. And here you can see the ERC 7811 standard live, because you can see that despite me only having 40 cents on this network, the standard shows me that I have $1 that I can spend and source from other networks. And here you could just see the wallet implementation that I was sourcing the funds from a different network. And to the right here in the screenshot, so this took just a couple of seconds for a fully chain abstracted experience. This was very delightful. To the right side, you can see my ENS wallet, cyberdirect.ethereum, and you can see all the different stablecoins that I have and on how many different networks I have them. And yeah, maybe I'll ask the audience a quick question. How many networks are you using? 6, 3? There's more than one, so yeah, I'm sure you're familiar with the problems of the liquidity fragmentation. I want to show a different video. In this case, it's an in-app, in-wallet application. It's just a send button, and that in this case also is. No, actually here I'm showing stablecoin abstraction. So you can see I'm sending USDC, but I don't have any. I have USDT on a different network. Takes a couple of seconds. Yeah, but you can see that I'm spending USDC, but I'm sourcing the USDT in this case from a different network, and it's a quite delightful experience. Let's give it another second. And there we go. So usually most people talk primarily about chain abstraction, but as I showed on the previous slide, I don't think it's enough. I think we also need to have stablecoin abstraction. I took a look at Dune, and 10% of the addresses that hold USDC hold it on different networks, and they also hold a different stablecoin. And so, yeah, that's the motivation. In my case, you can see I hold 6 stablecoins across about 5 networks here, and sometimes I want to just spend my aggregated balance, and I don't want to bridge back and forth. What's the solution that we have in WalletKit? And for context, Reown's WalletKit, formerly known as Wallet Connect, our SDK is already in 600 wallets, and our app SDK is in every single Ethereum app and most Solana apps. So we're pretty well positioned for distribution there. So what's the solution? Our solution is quite naive by design. The idea is to support all account types that exist. So this supports EOAs, it supports smart accounts. It also works on Solana and other networks. And it's a simple solution. It just reuses existing bridging infrastructure and exploits the fact that in the wallet you have access to the private key, and you can, with a single click, issue multiple transactions. And other approaches, and I'll get to that later in the roadmap, other approaches from the start do more sophisticated resource locking approaches, for instance, which provides you better latency, but the drawback is that it's hard to integrate and has some other trade-offs. And here you can see the solution has a prepare method that the wallet can invoke if it doesn't have enough assets on the target network, and it can check, hey, does the end user have enough assets on any other network or in a different stablecoin? And then there's an execute function where you can provide the signatures. The roadmap, I just touched on that a little bit. So the idea is to get this out. We have a couple of top wallets integrating this right now, and a bunch of applications. The idea is to get this out the door, and we believe that it's an order of magnitude UX improvement as is, because in a single click you can use your aggregated balance and you don't need to worry about the different stablecoins. And the trade-off is that the latency is not as great. You've seen this in this video. Our average takes about 16 seconds currently, and the idea is to later improve. Once we have the SDK in wallets and in apps, to later then improve on the speed through employing resource locking strategies. And a quick word on those resource locks. So again, resource locking is a strategy as a latency improvement for chain abstraction. And the flavors of resource locks that are in the wild are primarily smart contract-based resource locks. So for instance, or usually that's a ERC 7579 module that's installed on the smart account. But there's also other flavors such as token-based resource locks that's more similar to the approach Uniswap is taking. And you can see that these approaches don't support other networks, CVM only. So the wallets that are integrating our solution right now, it wouldn't satisfy them because they want Solana support as well. Then there's a vendor's lock-in story with at least some of the resource locking approaches. And also there's a trade-off, which is opt-in censorship. It's probably not a big deal, but it's just very difficult to explain to wallets when they integrate a solution, in which cases the users can be censored and whatnot. And it's also difficult to explain to the users. That's why we believe that just starting with something more naive that exploits existing infrastructure is better. Here you can see the current latency of the solution. So yeah, on average it's about 10 to 15 seconds, which is not great, but alternatively if you would manually bridge back and forth, then it would take you minutes or even 30 minutes. You also have to learn what a bridge is in the first place, and it's, as we all know, bridging is not necessarily a great experience, and many wallets aren't properly supported on bridges right now. For instance, smart contract wallets like Safe don't work on Relay Protocol currently, and yeah, on many other bridges. And yeah, that's it. Curious if anyone has a question. Yes, please. Yeah, you mentioned ZeroDev. I think ZeroDev does Magic Spend++, which is a flavor from Socket. So for that solution, it's a module that you can install on the smart account. ZeroDev is 7579 compliant. The team is amazing. But currently, you would have to install that module on a 7579 account. So currently, I think there's not many 7579 accounts in the wild. Our AppKit SDK that I showed in the beginning supports 7579. Then there's no precedent for actually installing modules. Like, how does an end user actually install a module? So all that is quite complicated. Actually, at Reown, with our wallet SDK, we also want to improve the UX of installing a module. We very much believe in the future of 7579 modules. But I think the benefit is just that we don't need to explain any of that to wallets, and we can also support EOAs. So currently, Token Pocket, SafePal, who are integrating this right now, they support, they're still EOA wallets, they don't support smart accounts. So then we couldn't go to market with them with such a solution. And then also for Magic Spend++, most of the smart contract-based resource lock solutions don't. Like, it's an open question whether that's going to work with 7702. The Rhinestone team claimed that it works with 7702. I don't know the details, but it's yet another thing that you need to explain to wallets how it's going to work. So I think it's quite complicated. And yeah, versus for us, it's straightforward to explain, and the trade-off is just latency. Also, the the infrastructure is not as proven. Whoops. The infrastructure on the orchestrator side is not proven, versus the bridging infrastructure that we use is quite resilient and proven. Maybe that's another point. But yeah, ultimately we also want to either use a token-based or resource or smart contract-based resource lock to improve the latency. No, thank you. Awesome. Thank you so much.